auditioned and I got cast. And then another show came along and I got cast again. And another show, and it just kind of came out of nowhere. I always make it a point to say this, and I hope I don't offend anybody, but I'm going to say it anyway, because I feel really strongly about it. I feel very, very blessed to get to do what I do. I don't mean lucky. I mean that I thank God every day that I get the chance to do what I love, do something that I love. And I mean every morning, I am so grateful for the opportunity to do something I love. And I would wish that for every one of you. I know a lot of you guys probably have a lot of different talents and gifts and things that you'd like to try or things that you hope you get to do one day. And the best thing that I could wish for you is to find something that you have a natural gift for and figure out a way to make money at it. Not be rich. Rich is overrated. Believe me, happy is much better than rich. I promise you, I've learned that. And most people my age will agree with me. You can have all the money in the world, and if you don't enjoy what you're doing, you're kind of miserable. And yet, if you make $30,000 or $40,000 a year doing something you love, you're on top of the world. You feel so grateful for the opportunity. You look forward every day. You can't beat that. You can't put a price tag on that. That's a priceless gift. So I want that for all of you. All of you guys have been given certain talents and gifts. Some of you are amazing artists. Some of you write stories. Some of you take photographs. Some of you paint. Some of you act. Some of you make cool costumes. And you know what? It doesn't even matter if it's not performance related. All of you love to do certain things. And it doesn't have to be a big high profile thing. I'll give you an example. You know what I love? Do you know what I love? I love vacuuming the floor. I love making all of the lines on the carpet, right? It's fun. Now that's not a big high profile thing. Nobody's going to get rich doing that, but I enjoy it. You see my point? There are people that like taking pipes and sticking them together and making water go from there to there. It doesn't have to be a showy thing. It doesn't have to be about being famous or being rich or signing autographs or anything like that. Find something that you just really enjoy doing. And if you can ever find a way to pay your bills doing that, you will be a very, very happy person. I promise you. And I'm saying that as an old guy who's been there. All right? So, yes, later. Oh, you want to hear the donut story? Why do you back to hear that? The donut. Did you just say what is the donut story? Hands down, please. I would like to see the hands of everyone in here who has not heard the donut story. You are not here? Peter, have you heard the donut story? Okay. Have you heard the donut story? All right, I'm telling you. All right. Okay. When we were recording the first Full Metal Alchemist series, there was an episode where Ed got in a fight with the guy that was pretending to be Ed Railroad. Remember the Sage Brothers? Edward Russell Stringham and so we were recording that episode, and Ed got into a fight with Russell, and Russell punched Ed in the face. The next scene, you see Ed, and his cute little face is all puffed up. And as soon as I saw it, I thought to myself, if my cheek were all swollen, it would probably affect the way that I sound. So I thought, what would be a better idea than to find something that I can stuff into my mouth to make it sound like my face is swollen when I record. I asked Vic Mignogna, the director, to give me 5 minutes, and I ran down to the vending machines, and I started looking through all of the vending machine goodies for something that I could buy that I could put in my mouth. Well, here's lifesavers, now, no, Doritos, no, you know, cookies, well, cookies maybe, but they're still a little harder and they're kind of small. Then, this light shone from the top shelf of the little spiral thing, and it was powdered sugar donuts. They're perfect. They're about this big, and they're puffy. How perfect is that? So I bought these powdered sugar donuts, and I thought, I'm going to throw one in, I'm going to do a couple of lines with Ed, you know, with the trying to roar, you know, sounding kind of puffy, and it'll be done, right? And then I'll eat the rest of the donut. I went back into the booth, and I'm like, copy donut. So I jumped into the booth, and I opened up the package, and I put a donut in, and I'm like, okay, let's go. And I do the first line that Ed says, and I think he was wrestling against Al's armor, and he was talking about how cool the armor felt against his cheek because it was swollen. And I was like, oh, it sounds great, it sounds perfect. And then when I finished the line, you wait for a minute. Once you finish recording the line, you have to wait while the engineer moves the line around and makes sure that it fits the mouth flaps and stuff. So while the engineer is doing that, what do you think I'm doing?
Eating donuts.
I'm holding this down in my mouth. I can't eat it. I need it. So I'm not eating it. And then the donut starts to like fall apart. Because that's what your mouth is supposed to do. It's supposed to like break the food down and you swallow it, right? You eat it. I'm like, uh-oh, I need this donut. I'm like, I'm trying not to let it fall apart in my mouth. And it was so gross, you guys. And so finally I spit it out. And I was hoping that I only had to do like 1 or 2 lines like that. Oh no. Ed talked that way for freaking 30 minutes. Third day, there is not the cheeks to fuck. I was like, oh, come on. So I take donut number 2 and jam it in my mouth and start all over again. And I had to use every one of those donuts. So not only was it gross, not only did I not even get to eat the donuts, but now I'm so grossed out by powdered sugar donuts. If I go to a convenience store, I buy the chocolate covered donuts. Okay. Yes, we are. How are you, my darling? Where are you going to find out? Well, you know what, you guys? I was particularly fortunate because I got involved in the industry when it was very small. I lived in Houston, Texas, and there was this company called ADV Films, and then there was another company called Funimation that was up in Dallas. So I did a convention, and I met these people from Funimation, and they said, hey, you want to come up to Dallas and work with Funimation? So I was like, okay. So I was working in Houston, and then I was working in Dallas, and go back and forth. And then as anime began to grow, I started doing more conventions, and then I met people from Los Angeles. They were doing anime shows in Los Angeles. And they said, you should come out to Los Angeles. I'm like, okay. So I started flying out to Los Angeles. So, that's not the way you're supposed to do it. I just want to tell you guys, my experience is very atypical. It's not the way it normally works. That's why I'm always so very grateful, and I make sure to tell people how grateful I am for what I get to do, because it's not normally the way you would do it. Normally, you would get signed by a talent agency, like you would look up in the yellow pages of the talent agencies, and you would set up an interview and go in, and if they like you, and they sign you under contract, and then whenever there is a voice acting opportunity in your area, most companies will go to the talent agencies. They'll say, hey, we need a teenage girl to do this voice, or we need some older man to do this voice. And they will do their roster of all the people that they represent, and they send you out to audition. So that's the way it normally works. But that wasn't my experience, so I was a little trained in that way. Yes, with the Iron Man shirt.
What was your least favorite part?
What do you mean? Did you do that term? You know what? My least favorite part was still an awesome day at work. You know? There wasn't any part that I really... The only character that I ever said that I hated, and I didn't hate him because I didn't like the character, I just hated him because he was so hard on my voice. And you guys know what I'm talking about. The legendary Super Saiyan. Burly tore my voice apart. I mean, I had no idea how hard Dragon Ball Z was until I got a roll with Dragon Ball Z. And then it was really tough on my voice. Even now, when there's a new video game that comes out, oh my gosh, if Broly's in it, I'm like, oh. And I just get a little nervous because I know I'm going to have to go up and say Kakarot 500 more times.
Have you ever found yourself, like, any random time, like hanging out with your friends or like at your house, all of a sudden acting like Ed or Tomachi for some weird reason, like pick up a glass of milk and be like, I want to drink this!
You know what? The honest truth is, I haven't really done it because I love milk. And I'm not short. At least I don't know. And I don't really find myself doing that. The worst thing that happens to me is sometimes the other day I called a friend of mine and I got his voicemail, so I thought it would be funny to leave him like a really weird message in a weird voice. So he was on his voicemail, he says, if you're calling about the Hartford William building, leave a message. So I go, yeah, my name is Frederick, I'm calling about Hartford William building. I did some stupid thing. And I thought, he's never going to know this. This is going to be so funny. About 10 minutes later, he calls me. And you know what he said? He goes, you know what, Dick? I would have never known that was you, except your name comes up on my phone. Well, maybe not. I leave you a really good voicemail on it. So, okay, we're just here. Let's shoot it out. All the way to that. See if I can get this there, but I'm going to. Now, you ready? Right there. Yes.
I know you said you don't want to talk about choosing your favorite character. Can you choose a favorite anime you've been in?
Oh yeah. But I did answer. I said that Ed is my favorite, and I said that for a long time I didn't want to choose a favorite. But now I have to admit that Ed is my favorite, and Tamaki is a very close second. That's what I said. But there are a handful of really great shows that I've been in, and they're not even, some of them aren't even popular. Like one of them is a show called Generator Ball. Oh my gosh, you guys, if you've not seen this show, it's only 12 episodes, but it's a wonderful show. It was the first lead role I ever played, and I found out years after that the same guy that directed Generator Ball, the same director, directed Full Metal Alchemist. Years ago, he directed this show called Generator Roccon Panel. It was so awesome. Another show that I absolutely love is called Air. So beautiful, so beautiful. So, full metal, I think, is probably the favorite thing that I've done. Yes, my dear.
What's your favorite line in comedy?
My favorite line of comedy? What, you think you know? Everybody like, oh. Say the line. What is your name? Daphne? Oh, you're Daphne. You're the Daphne that I tried to put a Y at the end of your name, aren't you? Daphne, I'm going to do this just for you, okay? Daphne. What if I let you drink this common coffee from my mouth? Yes, my dear. Alexandra. Okay, Alexandra Rock, because she's wearing a Star Trek uniform. Okay.
And I have a present for you, actually.
Wait, that's not how it works. What do you have?
We made you selfie of yourself as Captain Kirk.
No, you did not. Are you serious?
Yes, we did.
Get up here. Oh my gosh. You know what? Alexandra is working with costumes on our new Star Trek series. For those of you that don't know, me and several of my friends are making a new Star Trek web series. Write this down. Star Trek Continues. That's easy to remember, right? Look it up online. Go to video and type in Star Trek Continues. You can watch our trailer. We made a little promo trailer. We rebuilt all of the sets to the original series. And I am fulfilling a childhood dream of playing Captain Kirk. And Alexandra is helping with our costumes, so I love her. Excuse me? Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm here. Okay, we have time for a few more questions. Yes. Ready? Here it comes. Oh, man. Oh, man. That was a long way.
We gotta enjoy these.
I would like to thank you for the and I love you so much.
He loves you so much. Okay. Will you hold Captain Kirk for me? I love him so much. People ask me that all the time. And here's what I say. You're going to hate my answer, by the way. I see it as all one big full metal adventure. To me, as soon as we started Brotherhood, all I could think of was, look, Ed gets to go to new places. Look, Ed gets to meet new characters. Look, Ed gets to wear new clothes. That was, to me, it was just like it was like the further adventures of the Full Metal Alchemist. So I didn't compartmentalize them so much. Plus, it would be hard to do that because I already have such a relationship with the characters. To feel like you know Al, right? Like I know Al. and I know Scar, and I know who Mustang is, and I know who Hughes is, and I have a feeling and a relationship with his characters. It would be hard to wipe that out and kind of start over. So, I kind of just, it's kind of always one adventure. When we get it. There we are. I am not going to be throwing any more questions because I ran out of them, but this is even better. These are reasonable with your pencil. You should write amazing things with it. The weirdest line that I've ever had to say? You know what's funny is that it comes to me immediately. I know exactly what it is. I did a show years ago called Goemon, Legend of the Mystical Ninja. And it was a really, really funny show based on a video game. And the show was about this bad guy that comes out of the video game world into our world. And so Goemon, the hero, has to follow him out and try to stop him from destroying the world. And I played Goemon. Well, Goemon had this uncle who was always making crazy, wacky inventions, like weapons. You know what I mean? Like James Bond has this guy, right, Hughes, who makes weapons for him. Well, Goemon has his Uncle Monoshiri, who makes weapons for him. But they're really bad weapons. They're like, he'll take household appliances and try to make weapons out of them. And Goemon goes, what's that? You know? So I remember a line from Goemon, and this was the line, and I thought it was so funny that I actually had a baseball cap made, and I had this line embroidered on the front of the baseball cap. And I wore it anytime I recorded Goemon. You ready? Goemon standing in front of the bad guy with this weapon that his uncle just made, and says, "Feel the wrath of my hand mixer." Hand mixer is not something you typically feel wrath from. He's like, yes, my dear.
This is for you.
Is it shoes?
No. I just wanted to thank you for helping me in grabbing your math. You got me on the math really well.
Congratulations, sweetheart. Good for you. Oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Can I have it? Okay, I don't want to mess it up because I can't hold it completely straight, but she used, what are those? Is it paper? Oh my gosh, you guys. It's paper that she basically cut into strips, and she created Ed, Winry, Alphonse, and Mustang. Is that adorable or what? You are a star. It does. I will let Captain Kirk say in the shoebox again. Okay, we are really working on her